I appreciate you seeing some people here.
Sharon Chin has taught thousands of students in dozens of schools that their creativity can change the world.
I was thinking, how do I take all of my passions, my energy, and help community?
We had to.
His story begins with his mother.
Change and change and change.
And the small business she ran for 40 years.
Growing up, my mom's a single mother, immigrant. I spent most of my college time helping her at her furniture store in downtown Oakland.
In the late 1990s, well before it became popular, the Oakland native created a website to market her designs online.
And I thought, what if we could take students who lack experience and help folks like my mom? So it gets tested, and then what happens?
Sean co-founded Bridgegood in 2009. He and his team teach young adults how to code what a person sees and experiences while using technology. The Oakland-based nonprofit offers a free 3-month apprenticeship, mentorships with professionals, and connections to jobs. Real-world skills to design for social good.
They can use those to build products, tech products, that actually benefit people.
Those two are.
Some products come out of Sean's design challenge, Inspire Oakland.
This was one of my first major projects.
Dominic Taylor's creation, showcasing city sites, got onto a billboard and led to other big jobs. His art for the Oakland A's encourages literacy.
It was definitely a cool project.
His design for the 49ers highlights its history.
It showed me that, the sky is the limit and that I can keep doing this and inspire my kids.
Dominic says Sean's opened up opportunities he never imagined.
He's like a mentor, first and foremost, and just somebody who kind of made me believe more in myself.
You have the different art boards that you're able to work on.
And Tori Spiegel feels confident demonstrating the marketable core skills she's learned, designing a site that users can navigate seamlessly.
It gives you hope because it reassures you that you can build your own future with it.
Tori's future looks promising. Of Bridgegood's 800-plus graduates, Sean says more than 90% have landed jobs within a year, and that makes him proud.
And it's not about Sean, but it's about, did you improve the community around you? Did you help people when they needed a helping hand? And that's what I want my legacy to be.
Excellent. Yeah, that's it.
So for providing underrepresented young people Bridgegood's free training and mentorship in design technology, this silver medal goes to Sharon Chin.
Thank you so much. And I want to start by saying thank you to Sharon. Can we get a round of applause for Sharon? We are in Silicon Valley. I had to do a little Google search, and almost 3 decades of telling stories of others. That's very selfless. I also want to say thank you for, it was very touching. You came to the studio, we had no script, and my mom's there, the same one in the video. And so she just was talking to me in the beginning, and she asked, tell me how you got started. And I was telling her, and she's like, wait a minute, it's your mom. Your mom's the reason you started. Is that a true story? True story. And I just want to say thanks, because my mom for so long didn't believe that her son could start a nonprofit and be successful 13 years later. So, thank you. I also want to acknowledge my partner, Aisha, who's in the back. You can only achieve when you have someone behind you that's stronger than you. So thank you, Aisha. And then last but not least, I want all of us to rethink what impact means. In tech, it's all about scale and numbers. And I think this room proves tonight, it's not about just numbers, but the quality of the voices that you're helping. So thank you very much.
A truck unloads 5,000 pounds of food weekly from the South San Francisco produce terminal. That's not ideal for stores to sell, but still good to eat.
You got a lot of pineapples. That's good.
That's how Larry Purcell has been giving away free food for 47 years.
We feed, clothe, shelter, and educate the very poor in the name of Christ.
Most of the donated produce goes to Peninsula Soup Kitchens. The rest feeds up to 80 families who come to the Catholic Worker House near downtown Redwood City.
If you need them, here's bags.
Larry, a former priest, founded the Catholic Worker House in 1975.
We ask, how can there be so many so poor in the richest country in the history of life?
He blames wrong government priorities.
They will build nuclear weapons that'll destroy everything, and we can't build housing for the homeless.
Besides free food bags, the Catholic Worker House volunteers also cook hot breakfast twice weekly for 50 homeless folks. They're often drug addicted, former inmates, troubled teens, and new immigrants.
We live with the so-called losers. We treat them like our brothers and sisters.
You have tomatoes? She has tomatoes.
Larry is helping Aurora Tebow, her husband, and 2 kids get on their feet. They were motel surfing, struggling to make it. Larry's providing housing and training, so Aurora's husband now has an electronics job. She's close to getting certified in accounting, and they have hope.
I think he's an angel sent by God. I mean, he helped us a lot.
You want the pie too? Yeah.
And Larry has multiplied his good work. His food giveaways decades ago have morphed into the county's largest food bank. He spun off programs that house former prison inmates and day laborers. And he's given seed money so several young couples could start their own Bay Area Catholic worker houses, like Peter Steeler and his wife did 26 years ago in San Bruno.
He could have created a big, massive organization that he was ahead of. Instead, he stayed small and helped other people.
Hi, little one.
He stayed humble, but he's done great work.
So for fighting poverty for 47 years through Catholic Worker House, this silver medal goes to Larry Purcell.
Well, I don't usually do this kind of stuff. Sharon, thank you. And KPIX. I worked with the very poor and lived with them for over 40 years. And I've learned from the poor that you don't measure a human being by how long they went to school or how many degrees they got, or how much they make, or how much power they wield. You measure the value of a human being, whether they're an immigrant or an at-risk teen or a day laborer. You measure their value by how generous they are, how open they are to becoming one with others and serving others, how whether they're interested in justice and peace in their relationships and in our world. The prophet Micah, a long time ago, explained it all very simply. What is good has been explained to you. It's this: to act justly, love tenderly, and walk humbly with your God. Thank you very, very much.
This room looks new.
We just refurbished them.
Long before he opened new doors to quality community health care,
Prenatal care.
Raimundo Espinosa endured some tough times growing up in the Coachella Valley. He was one of 6 children, his dad a farm worker.
My mom, when I was 10, was in a mental institution. My sister became my mom, and then she died at 20 as a result of toxemia. My younger brother died of a heart attack at 34. My dad died at 65 from a stroke.
The past tragedies helped shape his future.
And it took me a lot to understand, do I need to sign this? The challenges that I went through so that I could basically convert that anger into something positive.
He transformed anger to hope. A Stanford and Cal grad became CEO of Gardner Health Services in San Jose in 1986.
Healthcare is a means to another end, which is keeping you healthy so that you can fulfill your dreams.
Gardner started in the 1960s to provide health care to farm workers who had none.
Thank you.
When Raimundo took over, he grew the small nonprofit into 10 sites in Santa Clara and San Mateo counties. In fact, the nonprofit owns 6 of its buildings.
Let me have you relax your arm.
Today, Gardner's 2 mobile clinics and community health centers provide one-stop affordable services to more than 43,000 low-income folks who are insured and uninsured.
That's good, man.
Board member Dr. Noe Pablo Lozano says Raimundo's impact is immeasurable.
He's been able to make decisions under uncertainty. And I think that, for me, is a mark of a true leader.
That strength was especially evident during COVID.
COVID precautions.
When Gardner offered free testing and vaccines to thousands of patients.
Okay.
Carmen Gonzalez credits Gardner's doctors for helping her and her husband get their diabetes under control.
Pulmones?
She doesn't know where else they would have turned for preventive medical, dental, and mental health care. Now she serves on the board, supporting Raimundo's vision.
He has a kind heart, always there for everybody, for the community.
Do you feel that with Gardner, you're giving other people a chance to have what your family didn't have?
I'm hoping that we do.
Muy bien.
I'm glad we're giving hope. Wish we could do more.
So for expanding health care so the South Bay's underserved can live healthy lives, this silver medal goes to Raimundo Espinosa.
Good evening. As you know, my name is Raimundo Espinosa. I'm the CEO of Gardner Health Services. And first, I'd like to thank KPIX for this honor. Second, I'd like to thank my honeybee, my wife, Beatrice, and my whole family who makes life worth living. When you grow up the way I did, that was a challenge for a long time. Most of all, I want to thank, first of all, my staff who are very dedicated and make it easy for me to be here. They provide a great service. They're humble, they care, and they try to do the right thing, and my board, of course. But most of all, I want to thank the farm workers, the service workers who in the 60s and 70s fought to create out of nothing, but pure advocacy and pure desire, a center that would help them, help themselves and help their children obtain health care services when there were none in the area. I was just fortunate to have been able to work and have the opportunity to develop the organization to the level that we've developed. When I talk to my staff, I tell stories, right? And when I first got to Gardner, our budget was like 2.5 million. And we were poor like our patients. And we would tell our funding sources, don't mail the check, we're gonna pick it up, we gotta meet payroll. But over time, as a result of our efforts and the grit and the desire and not to let those folks down, we created an organization as identified, and our current budget is about $80 million, and we have multiple sites and own many of our facilities. On a personal level, my drive, as identified, was a lot of the tragedy in my family, and the love for my family, and the desire for that not to happen to others. And I'm just fortunate, and I'm really blessed that I can be here and receive this award. I thought I pulled out something just quickly that I wanted to just say. And it was I love movies, so this is from of all movies, the Coach Carter movie. But Timoteo, there was a kid named Timoteo, and he was going through all kinds of traumatic changes and found hope. And he got up and said, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so other people don't feel insecure around you. We were all meant to shine as children do. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same as we are liberated from our own fear. Our presence automatically liberates others. So let us be the light and make a difference in the world. And thank you for this award."